next week, do you guys know what this is? ضمائر الشخصية. We'll go over this real quick. It should be easy. The other paper. الضمائر الشخصية. The personal pronouns. Personal pronouns.
هذا.
No.
Not هذا.
Yeah.
أنا أنت.
His first mistake. أنا نحن أنت أنت أنتما أنتم أنتن هو هي هما هم هن. This is the 12. There's 12 of them, right? Okie doke. So, in a nutshell, the first one said, if you see the top right, شكل الضمير, right? If I give you the translation, it's going to confuse you. So just don't worry about the first two. The first two with the arrow on the left of it, don't pay attention to them. Just as we didn't pay attention to most of the stuff at the other one, okay? Okay, but shakhs means the person. How? First, second, third. So you have first, second, third. He decided to use that for this structure. Second one, Noah. This is gender. Masculine, feminine. Mudhakkar, mu'annath. Mudhakkar, masculine. Mu'annath, feminine. Right? And the last one is al-adad. How many?
Single, two, or plural.
Yeah, single, dual, or plural. Right? So mufrad, singular. Muthanna, not mu'annath. When I was new at this, I always got those two confused. Which is a big difference.
Which one?
Mu'annath, feminine.
Right.
Muthanna, dual.
Muthanna.
Yeah. So jamma is plural. So you see they just do these three repeated for each and every one.
There is another word for musanna, like
Muthanna.
tasmiya.
No.
Muthanna is dual?
Yeah, muthanna means dual.
Thalatha.
Okay. So, similarly. Okay, so what's important is at the top. Okay, so the first one, this says alif next to it at the top, in the top column, second row. Munfasil, separate. Detached is a better way to say it. Detached. Detached is a better way to say it.
Muttasil is connected.
Disconnected or detached, you can say. Munfasil. Muttasil, ba, that's connected. Mm-hmm.
So the second column,
Mm-hmm.
Musta is connected.
Hmm?
The first one is disconnected.
Munfasil, the second column.
Munfasil, right.
Munfasil, it means detached.
Like there's fasla there.
Right.
This distance.
This is by itself. So ana, nahnu, all of these things, right?
What is it? Rafa and Nasr?
Don't pay any attention to that.
What is subject and object?
Yeah, don't worry about that. It means the way it looks, but that doesn't help you at all.
So bar
This is something specific to he's talking to an Arabic mind, and you're not there yet. So don't get confused.
Maddal is maddal.
What do you say? What
Maddal.
do you say?
The second column.
Muttasil.
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 Is connected.
Connected. So the first one is how the pronoun looks whenever it is just by itself. Ana, nahnu, anta, huwa, hum, huwa, all of this stuff. Anti, antuma, hunna, all of that, right? You see? There's 12 of them, right? The second row where it says nasb, and you see that iyyaka na'budu, okay, don't worry about any of that. You're never going to see it, okay? Outside of iyyaka na'budu, iyyaka nasta'in, I challenge you. Find me anywhere in the Quran that this is existing. Okay.
So what does iya mean? Iya, this thing mean?
It's don't worry about it. You know the ayah.
Yeah,
Iyaka,
yeah.
only you
Only
do I worship. So why it's like that? Let's just not. We want to make sure we get the important stuff that you're going to see a lot.
But
Okay.
Ana is me. Ana is me, right? Like the first.
Ana is I.
I.
Or me.
So iyaka, why would it be you? Only you.
It's you. Iyaka. Ka.
Oh, because we're adding the ka.
Yeah. As you will see.
Okay.
It will come. You'll see why it's like that. Okay. So, under muttasil, where it says rafa, you see where it says rafa?
Mm-hmm.
It means attached to a verb. Put attached to verb in where it says rafa, above where it says rafa. Attached to verb as the doer of the verb.
As doer.
Yeah, doer of the verb.
File.
Fa'il. Not fa'il. Fa'il doesn't like his name there.
The next one,
Yes.
nasab.
Nasab. Yeah, this is attached to it, but as the object of the verb.
Object.
So the first one is the doer of the verb. Fa'il. You know, my sheikh he used to do that. Because when I was new to Arabic, I had the problem with alif. So he would write this. Sheikh Abdul Warith, he wrote that. And I said kitab. He says kitab. He said kitab. I said, oh, kitab. He says, no, not kitab. It's kitab. So then the sheikh goes. This is the letter you're killing. You're being unjust, attacking the poor letter, Xing it up. I was like, okay. Sheikh's going to be mad because I ruined his very interesting Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim.
No, but I don't get it. Why does it say like stay and then in Rafa, for instance, attached to verb as doer of the verb?
Two means I. I did it. Like, let me explain to you.
Example.
Yeah. So you see here, if you go to the right, you will see that same one for singular detached, ana, I. If you wanted to make I did something, right, you would say fa'altu, I did it. Fa'altu, I did it. Katabtu, I wrote it. Sharibtu, I drank it. Ra'aytu, I saw it. You see? Jalastu, I sat. Qumtu, I stood. Right? Kharajtu, I left. Dhahabtu, I went. Right?
Okay.
So this tu is meaning I did it. It's the connected to a verb meaning doer of the verb. Right? The one who did it. Now the next column is connected to the verb, but this can be connected to verb or noun.
The nasab?
Hold on. No, this is nasab. Yeah, we're not on job. Nasab connected to verb as object. So ra'aytuka or ra'aytani. You saw me. Ra'aytani. You see it here? Ni?
Yeah.
Yeah, so ni you add it to mean the object of the verb.
Is it مفعول به؟
Oh,
مفعول به.
something's happening to me.
حكمه النصب وعلامة نصبه الفتحة. Okay. So for example, if you said okay. ضربتني. You hit me. ضربت. If you go down to the first one of the second row. Ta. You see it? Where the same thing is anta. Where anta is, you'll see for the connected one for the doer of the verb. Ta. You all see it?
No.
Okay. Go to the second row, mukhatab. There's mutakallim, mukhatab, and ghaib. The first one, it says anta is the first one after you see mufrad, mudhakkar, mukhatab. And then it says ta. That means you hit. Me. I'm the object that you hit. Right? So this is the second column. This is the where it says rafa. And this one is the nasb. Right? So for example, if I said Allamtuhu.
Oh, the ta makes it you and then.
Okay, Allamtana. We'll say it like that. So this is the second one under the first column. So you see after ni, you have na. Right? Look here on your paper.
So you taught us.
Yes. Allamtana. You taught us. You guys would say that about me. You taught us. Allamtana. So ta, as you saw, as we did before, is for you.
Allamtana. Why isn't it Allamtana? Like why the shadda?
We said that's teach. Alima, he knew. Allama, he taught.
Oh,
Yeah, so ilm is knowledge.
right.
Alima, to have some knowledge. Allama, to spread out a bunch of knowledge. Right? Ta'allama, to take in some knowledge.
So ta means you.
Okay, so that's na. So you see now? So we'll just continue now that you have an idea what all these are. So, I'm going to give you an exercise right now to make sure you understand this. Since everybody knows ana, anta, hiya, huma, hum, or antum, we say hum fil masjid, right? We say anti, antuma, right? We know all that. The one that's separate is easy. It's just a separate pronoun. It means I, me, we, you all, you two, and all that type of stuff. He, her, that's all simple, right? The connected one is where we have to, okay, so we're just going to simply use fa'ala, right? So, I want someone to tell me, okay, let's go through each of these first, then we can do that. Okay, so with the rafa, where it's the doer of the verb, number 3. It's written number 3 on your paper there. Okay, so we did tu, na, na. So for example, fa'alna, we did. Fa'alna, right? We did. Okay?
Na means we did.
Fa'alna. Katabna, we wrote. Sharibna, we drank. Jalasna, we sat. Right?
No, I said
So na, we. Yeah, we're on Rafa, number 3. Column number 3. It says number 3 right under Rafa.
you said sharab too. No, sharabna is when it's we. When it's
We're doing we now, right? So we're doing the plural and the dual of the first person, right? So mutakallim. Does everybody have this translated? First person, second person mukhatab, third person ghaib, right? So first person means I'm talking for myself or others. Second person means I'm talking to someone. Third person means someone is not here, right? Okay, doke. So now we're doing. So it's clear for mufrad, muthanna, and jamma. You have mufrad and muthanna is ana, so it's going to be 2, right? So then whenever you have muthanna and jamma, it's going to be na, we. 2 and more is going to be we in the case of mutakallim. Is that clear?
Yeah.
So sharibna, 2 of us or more than 2 of us, we drank, right? Okay. So sharibtu, I drank, right? Feminine, masculine, it makes no difference with these, right? There's no difference on these two. Okay, so now we go to the next column, mukhatab. Here's where, it gets a little bit more complicated. So, fa'alta, you did. Fa'alta. Sharibta, you drank. Jalasta, you sat. Dhahabta, you went. Qulta, you said. Right? All this type of stuff, right? So ta added to the past tense verb is you. That's what the pronoun
is. There's a sukoon at the beginning, meaning that sharaba becomes sharab.
Yeah. All of these you're gonna have a sukoon before.
Well, not the next one. Tuma is there's no.
Sharib tuma.
Okay, even there's a sukoon.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Fa'altu, fa'alna, all of them.
Because they're all mutaharrik pronouns. Mutaharrik pronouns, that's why they have a sukun at the end.
I don't know what you're talking about. You're saying something I've never heard before. Okay. So, so that's that. So, tuma is for you two. Right? You two. Sharib tuma, you two drank. Dhahab tuma, you two went. Takallam tuma, you two talked. Istakhraj tuma, you took something out.
Are we doing the one, we did the that, means you.
Yeah, now we're at tuma. The next one.
So the second one before the tuma is tama?
Tuma. Tuma.
A dual, okay.
Dual. You see it's dual,
Right.
masculine, second person. This is where we're at in the thing.
Oh, that's very similar to the rafa in the beginning. Like the anta is doing the same thing. Sukoon with the an and then ta.
Yeah, so now you're just adding a ma.
Yeah. And antuma, same thing. Tuma.
Antuma.
That's pretty simple.
Okay, antum. Now you're gonna add tum on the verb.
Sharabtum.
Sharibtum.
Sharib.
Allamtum or alimtum. Right? You knew or you taught. رأيتم, you all saw. أخذتم,
What do you
you
mean,
took.
basartum?
What?
For saw. Basartum.
بصرتم, that's not saw like رأيتم, you know, you saw it. بصرتم,
You all, right? You all see.
Basar is sight, right? Like
yeah, but بصر and رأى are a little bit different. بصرتم, it came into your vision. رأيتم, you saw it well. رؤية can be a dream. رؤية. So it's something you vividly see it.
So what's the root word?
بصر أنا بصرت إلى هذه الشجرة. I glanced at it.
Right.
Hmm.
So ra'ata, what's the root word?
رأى.
Ra'a.
را حمزة ياء. رأى. Okay. Okay, so that's the third, that is the plural second person masculine. Now we're going to go to feminine. Okay, feminine singular second person. ذهبتي, you went. شربتي, you went. For a female, right? Only for a female you would be talking to. When you say T at the end of it, you means you for a girl, right? أخذتي, you took it. Then tuma is the same. For muannath and mudhakkar, there's no difference. So as you saw for mudhakkar, except for he extended the ta. So this is just a way of writing Arabic.
Why do you do that?
Don't ask me. It's the same.
But the plural is different, like
Tum, yeah. So then you make plural for females, it's tunna. When you say unna at the end, this is feminine. Yeah, antunna, hunna, antunna, fa'altunna. When you see anna at the end, like that, is a bunch of girls are
Referring
doing.
to.
La hunna.
Referring
La hunna.
La hunna. That means not you, for not them. That's one way of saying it. Okay. So you see this says in the next one. Now we're going to move into ghaib. It says mustatir huwa. Because why? This is the root word. Kataba, fa'ala, shariba. Third person, singular, masculine is the root. There's nothing added. It's understood he. He.
Okay, when you say like just a word, like kataba is
He
read.
wrote.
He wrote.
Yeah, he read qara'a.
Qara.
Qara'a, he read. Shariba, he drank. Dhahaba, he went. Fa'ala, he did. Akala, he ate. Dhanna, he thought. Okay? So you want to make huma, you want to make the dual, you just add an alif. Dhahaba.
so are we doing the third row?
Yeah, we're in third person.
Third row?
Third person, yeah. Third person, we're in the...
Ghaib. Muzakkar.
We're mudhakkar. You gotta fix that. Mudhakkar, not muzakkar. Mudhakkar.
Muzakkar.
There you go, mudhakkar.
Sorry.
You gotta get that down right.
Yeah.
So we're in masculine dual. Okay? For the third person. Fa'ala, shariba, those two drink. Qama, those two stood. Jalasa, those two sat. Right? Rakiba, those two rode. Okay, now, plural, masculine, third person. Qalu, they said. Qamu, they stood. Sharibu, they drank. Akhadhu, they took. Now, for the mufrad mu'annath, like here, you just add ta. So katabat, she wrote. So the ta here is not a pronoun. It's just like ta marbuta. It's indicating femininity. Femininity. Ta in Arabic denotes feminine. Okay? So, ذهبت, خرجت, جلست, سمعت, رأت. Whatever it is going to have ta added and it means she. She did it. Very interesting here. Okay. Ta. So the dual with third person is two different ones, whereas the dual with second person is the same. So here the dual for third person is just a for masculine if it's two guys, or one guy and one girl. Then you put ta for two girls. So ذهبتا, خرجتا, those two left.
But these are all past tense, right?
Past tense, all of them. It's going to change drastically for present tense. Everybody, is that clear? I hope you're taking notes, because when you take this home, if you don't have some notes, it may have no value to you. Okay, nasb. Now you're making the object.
Can you repeat the third row?
Third row.
Yes. The last one.
Yeah, the third person. Kataba. He wrote. You see there's nothing there. It says mustatir huwa.
Right.
It means it's understood. Huwa is understood. Let me tell you a basic rule. In Arabic, the doer of the verb always, without exception, comes after a verb. Always. Whether you see it or not does not make a difference. It's there, right? So kataba, there is an understood huwa. Kataba huwa. Unless the person is mentioned. Kataba Muhammadun. Now we know Muhammad is the one that wrote it, right?
Mustatir.
Mustatir means it's hidden. It's understood. So that's that one. The next one is dual. Dual, you just add an alif. Dhahaba, they went. Kataba, they wrote.
Would you say Zahaba?
Yeah. Dhahaba, kharaja, like that.
Or they do?
Mm-hmm.
What is the object here?
We haven't done object yet. Looks like
I
we're-
have a question here. The first one, fa'altu,
Mhm.
I did. That itself has a meaning, right? You don't say ana fa'altu.
Yeah, if you said ana fa'altu, you're being redundant in Arabic. But even many Arabs talk like that today. Yeah, you don't say it like that. You say fa'altu, I did. Yeah. So English mind will throw in ana fa'altu, because in English you always have to have a subject before a predicate, right? Arabic doesn't think like that.
Right.
So if you're going to use Arabic on Arabic's terms, qultu, I said, not ana qultu or huwa qala. The qala, it's understood. He said. This is very common. Yeah.
No, I'm just imagining how difficult is it for Arab people to learn
Learn English, same problems.
Oh.
They're having all the same problems that those that come from English try to learn their language. And they're going to have a harder time, to be honest
Right.
with you, because English requires a lot more memorizing. There's no systems. So many exceptions to the rules. You know, it's like, you know, all these rules, and then they say, well, I before E, oh, I'll accept after C. You know? So there's many, the system in Arabic is much more fluid and functional and structured. English is just a work in progress, and it doesn't have a preserved revelation. That's what makes Arabic so etched in stone, because of the Quran. If there was no Quran, we would have no idea about any of this stuff. Like Hebrew. Yeah. No, inshallah. Okay, so is it clear on the connected doer of the verb? Is that clear? Okay, so now we're going to move to the object of the verb. Object of the verb.
Any reason we started Muttasil before the Munfasil?
Munfasil is easy.
Easy,
Just
okay.
ana, nahnu, I, ana. Nahnu, we. Anta, you. Anti, you for a girl. Antuma, you two. Antum, all of you, masculine, feminine. Antunna, all of you, feminine only. Huwa, he, hiya, she. Huma, those two. Hum, they all. Hunna, they all for girl. That's it. The iyaka, don't worry about all that stuff. So that's the easy one. The complicated one is the one we're focusing on, right? So, nas. So I'm just going to use the past tense simplistic he. So kataba. So kataba, no, we can't say like that. We can say daraba. I don't know why this is the only one that comes to. You can say, huh?
Nasara.
Nasara. Nasarani. You see the first one? Ni. Nasarani, right? And the big difference is what? The verb continues with its fatha. The big difference between the connected doer and the connected object is the doer, there's going to be a sukoon and then the added pronoun. Whereas the connected object is going to, like, for example, Nasarani, he supported me.
Not
He
Nasarani,
gave me,
yeah.
he gave me victory. So Nasara ni, he gave me victory. He supported me in my venture.
So where does that
Waffaqani.
he coming from? Like,
It's understood.
oh, it's understood.
Yeah, go back to your list here. man.
Oh yeah, that's all.
Mhm.
Now the ni is the maf'ulun bihi.
Yes, maf'ul bihi. This is the object of the verb. This is the connected.
If you're trying to say you help me,
hmm?
like second person, mukhatab.
Nasartani.
Nasartani, yeah.
See? What you've just learned, you can change all of that to put ni on it. So we say, Nasaratni. She gave me victory. Nasaruni. They supported me and gave me victory. For masculine.
Nosera.
Nasarani.
Nosera.
Nusira is a whole different thing. We're not going to do that right now.
Oh, sorry, where are we? We lost you.
We're in the where it says nasb, the fourth row. So we started on ni, which is the object of the verb. How do you say something was done to me? So you put ni on the end of the verb. So in using just the simple understood, right? You would say, for example, kallamani, he spoke to me. Kallamani, he spoke to me. Allamani, he taught me. You see, I'm the object of his teaching. Allamatni, she taught me. I'm the object of her teaching. Allamuni, they taught me. You see? These are just using the ones we already learned for the connected doer. And just adding me to any one of those. Right? That's going to make the object of the verb. Okay? Now we're going to the next one. Na. So this is the same. But the difference is, listen, katabna or no, we use nasarna or nasarana. Nasarna, we supported. Who? We didn't say. Nasarna. You said sukoon. That indicates we are doing it. There is the attached pronoun for the doer.
Okay.
Let's write this one.
He wrote me.
Sukun.
What the heck? Come on. Oh. Okay. So this indicating that this pronoun is doer of verb. See? Indicating that that's the doer of the verb. Now you see here, object, nasarana. So he supported or gave us victory. Now they said nasaruna, then we all know, it's no problem. The only issue is when you have these two, the past tense singular masculine for this one, and then for this one, the we. Those are the confusing ones. Everything else is going to be obvious. Nasarana, those two supported us. Nasartumuna, you two supported us. You gotta love it. Arabic is very easy, it's very structured. It sounds hard at first, but once you get used to it, it's just like ABC 1, 2, 3. It is so easy. Arabic, it took me, 2 years to master this language, and since then, it's just repetition of reading and reading more complicated texts. I would say structure when you get into the different science, balagha and adab, which is eloquence and literature. That becomes a little bit more. That requires some tawfiq, some nasr. I think we're going to have to stop here from this point because I want to make sure we have all questions about these two papers that we did. So now, for 5 minutes, we review each paper. You look over it and you stop. What is this? So now, imagine you're at home tonight and you want to study. Do you know all this? Obviously from the nasr, from the 4th row, after mutakallam you don't, because we didn't study that, right? So this portion and this whole side right here, you don't know. But this, and all of this, we did. So let's make sure we don't leave here not with the tools, because like I said, whenever I was studying, what the sheikh would do is we'd spend 3 hours in a lesson. Then he would say, go home and take that homework and do this, that, and the other with it for another 4 or 5 hours, right? So I know you guys have families and jobs and all that, so inshallah you'll just spend 30 minutes a day, every single day. That's if you want to learn this stuff. But everybody is bound by whatever they put into it. You get out what you put in. If you put time into it, you're going to get out of it more. If you just come for the Saturday, then you'll get slow results. Almost no results. List, because we did the whole thing. Let's make sure that's clear.
Katabtum and katabtumuni, two different meanings.
Katabtum, you wrote. Katabtumuni, there's no such thing. You can't write me.
Okay. Katabtum is
you wrote.
All of you.
I
Yeah,
think,
you all wrote.
I think my question is the beginning, the subject for the second page. What's the topic is about? The heading.
Muttasil, this is connected.
No, I know that before that, the starting the.
Dhamma al-shakhsiyya, these are personal pronouns.
Okay.
Personal pronouns.
Personal pronouns. Okay.
I, me, you, he, she, we, they, and all that. So in Arabic, like in English, it's just those. There's no such thing as connected anything in English, right? So in Arabic, they look different from just being said as the subject of the sentence, I am a teacher, right? Ana ustadun. Ana, right? What we're going to say is, I know a teacher, right? Araftu ustadan, right?
And this one is about?
At the top here,
Right.
for the verbs,
Right.
Sigh al-fi'l al-madi, the forms of the past tense verb. Forms of the past tense verb.
There is a